Hey guys, it's me, John Avenger, once again, and excuse me for having this bandage on. I cut myself shaving, but that won't stop me from doing my next video. Welcome back to Movies with Numbers in the Title, and this is a 2009 movie with a number. There's only a number in the title of a disaster film that came out that Roland Emmerich did. And this movie's not as bad as people say it is. It's definitely better than Independence Day 2, and it's not his worst. 2012, yes. Phenomenal. 2012 is the best disaster movie ever. Sean Edwards, Fox TV. Yeah, this is not a bad movie. There are flaws, and I'll get to them, but this movie is directed by Roland Emmerich. If you've seen Independence Day and The Day After Tomorrow and Godzilla and White House Down, you know what kind of a movie he makes. He's basically Michael Bay if he didn't have as many explosions and nonsense as much as him. And I could take him better as a director because Michael Bay makes his movies way too long and they just, drag. Now, this movie has a hell of a cast. Like most of the people in this cast are freaking, awesome. You got John Cusack. You got Amanda Peet, who I love Amanda Peet to death. You have Oliver Platt. You have Danny Glover. You got Woody Harrelson. And there's a bunch of other people in the film as well. It's got a huge cast because it's a big movie. The special effects are, I've always said it, the special effects in this movie are really top notch stuff. You have, tidal waves and you have, tornadoes and you have buildings crumbling and the scene in the airplane when John Cusack is flying his family through the buildings. It's freaking awesome. It's not meant to be taken seriously. I mean, actually, it's the pilot, the guy that's Amanda Peets with in the beginning of the film. The film had a kind of an Independence Day vibe, except it's not aliens, it's the end of the world, or so we thought it was going to end in 2012, and it didn't. So screw the Mayans, they were wrong. Uh, I think the acting is fine. Cusack and Amanda Peet have good chemistry from their other films like Martian Child and Identity, so they have the spark. The film is well done. Is the writing 100% realistic? No. It's basically the end of a world type movie that basically people have to leave Earth and they have to go on this big ship, which is basically like Noah's Ark, and they're gonna go somewhere else. So, um, but the movie works. Like the special effects, I think look better than like San Andreas. Basically copied this movie, but this movie did it better. This has a better director. Um, the film has a lot of action. Like it doesn't just have one disaster and then that's it. I mean, the film looks great. All the locations and everything looks really well done because Roland Emmerich knows how to direct a movie. Now, my problems with the movie. The movie's way too long. Like I said it. I said it back in 2009. I'll say it now. This movie is one of the longest of Roland Emmerich's movies. Why do I have a problem with that? Because there's a lot of characters that could have been cut out of this movie. It could have saved us 20, 30 minutes. It's 2 hours and 35 minutes, 38 minutes, with the end credits about 2.5 hours. It didn't need to be that long. The Dark Knight didn't need to be that long, and this movie did not need to be this long. There's actors I don't care for in the movie. The two Brits in the movie pretending to be American, Tandy Newton and Joelle Ejiofor. Don't like those actors. They weren't needed in the film. You could have cut them out. The Russian guy with his kids, they're okay, but they're not really that interesting. The Indian guy that's from the Guru. He's in the movie. He's basically there for exposition. You don't need him. There's a lot of civilians that die that you don't need in the film. Like it's just for pacing issues. Like the movie's really well done, but I think it's way too long. You could have cut half of the stuff out. It could have been 2 hours even. Like even when I saw this in the theater, I'm like, wow, this movie's very long, and there's a lot of stuff I would have cut out. Like the whole drama with Amanda Peet and with her man with the glasses. I'm like, you didn't need that. You could have cut him out of the film. He's just there to be a plot device and to die in the second half of the film, and then she ends up with John Cusack. Wow, I'm so freaking shocked. Come on now. We knew that John Cusack was going to end up with Amanda Peet. She has a little girl, and she's very cute. The kids don't bother me in the film. And there's also a little boy. See that right here in the back. And the destruction sequences are worth watching the movie. The people said, oh, the movie's dumb. It has no plot. It does have a plot. It's just there's way too many things happening in the movie. Like I said, you don't need Tandy Newton. You don't need Joelle Ejiofor. Their accents suck. They're not needed in the film. Like I said, some of the side characters are just there. and they don't serve a purpose. But the rest of the film, the main cast is good. Like I said, John Cusack is good, Amanda Peet's good, Oliver Platt's good, Danny Glover's good, Woody Harrelson, he's crazy in the movie, saying, "Oh, it's the apocalypse, it's the end times, be prepared." And I'm like, he's fine because he's having fun with his role. And Woody Harrelson acts circles around these Brits in this movie. An American-made movie done by a German guy, Roland Emmerich, doesn't need Brits. I'm sorry. You don't. And is it dumb? Yes. But it's not the worst movie ever. See Independence Day 2. That's a movie that's so bad I'm not going to review it because it's painful to watch those scenes online. It was just painful. And I can't watch the whole movie. I can't. And, the film just didn't deserve the bitching that it got. It like, oh, this is a bad representation of the end of the world. I'm like, it's a movie, people. Get over yourselves. I'm sick and tired of people saying these movies are not realistic. The only thing that is realistic is a documentary because that's real. It's real footage. It really happens. This is a movie. It's a spectacle. That's all it is. You don't need to go and just turn your brain off, take logic out of it, throw it out the freaking window, and just have a good time with a popcorn flick. That's basically what this is. But like I said, the movie is way too long. Emmerich's other movies are long too, but they're action movies. They're like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Like Independence Day and White House Down and Godzilla. Those don't feel as long. This feels long because you had a lot of characters I didn't care about that were side characters you didn't need. But other than that, it's a movie with a number that in the title that was actually a good year because once Avengers came out, that was life changing, and it was a great freaking year after that. There were problems, but it wasn't anything like this. And there were disasters in 2012. You had the shooting, and during the Dark Knight Rises premiere. But I was safe. I didn't see the movie in Aurora, so I lived to tell about that. And like I said, people take movies way too seriously. Go in to be entertained. Don't go in saying, you know what, I want a gay agenda there. Not in this movie. Oh, I want a religious agenda. Not in this movie. Oh, I want a freaking SJW feminism thing. No, there's none of that in this movie. It's freaking as simple as you can get, and it's just the world getting destroyed by different forces of nature. It's fine with me. It's simple. It's to the point. Yes, it drags at times, but that's because of the some of the writing and some of the characters you didn't need. But other than that, it's still a good movie to watch, and I would recommend it at least for one viewing because the special effects are going to suck you right in. There's a lot of good CGI. It's not like, oh god, this looks so fake. No, it's not realistic, but it's fun, and I can take this movie over Independence Day 2 because I think that's Roland's worst film. I didn't see it because I saw the previews, I saw the trailers, I saw the whole movie in the trailer, and Liam Worthless at least is not in this movie. I will take John Cusack uh, being awesome with Amanda Peet, who is a gorgeous actress who I love to death, one of my favorites, over anybody in that movie. And they don't kill people off here that you liked. It's not like Independence Day 2. They have to kill off the president. They have to kill off Vivica Fox. They have to kill off Will Smith off screen because they don't know what to do because he's not there. That movie is a disaster. This is a disaster movie that's fun, and it serves its purpose. That's all I can say. So that's my review of 2012. It is an overlong movie, but it is fun. If you go with it, you'll be entertained. And I guarantee you it's not the worst that Roland Emmerich has done because he has done way worse before and after this. So I like the film. I think it was worth getting. And I didn't believe the whole end of the world thing. The Mayan prophecy was wrong. The world will end one day, but I won't be here when it does. So I'm not worried. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you in the next review.